Hello and welcome to another fantastic edition of Von Sports Update. This is where we make the return from a very long break as we get you into a very exciting edition. Welcome here on this occasion, this particular edition. We are going to be talking about the Women's Africa Cup of Nations with the Super Falcons of Nigeria, who've won it 11 times, about to break in from Group B. We are also going to be looking at the FIFA Club World Cup as we have teams progressing for the ultimate prize right there in the World Cup for the men's club. Don't go away. My name is Sean Pablo. I will come back. We'll roll. It's a wonderful welcome. Let's get you back to the stables of Voice of Nigeria, your authoritative choice, where we'll bring you the very best on sports. And here on Von Sports Update, it doesn't get any better, not bigger, but it even gets even more beautiful on a day as this, as the Super Falcons of Nigeria are preparing for the 15th Women's Africa Cup of Nations. But before we get into the conversation we have all packed in here today, it's quite a sad moment. But before we get into that conversation, I'd like to welcome my host. I say my host because he's the host of the Von. I talk about Voice of Nigeria digital media. So I might be hosting this show, but in a real sense, he is my host,
Not
Dixon.
Not true.
Nice to have you here.
My pleasure. Good to see you again. It's been a long while.
A very long while, you
Absolutely.
know. And this break actually had to happen for a whole lot of research, and for the research is the return, and this return of one sport update. We're going to make sure you get served.
Absolutely.
Let's get it straight, of course, and let you know that it was really a sad morning there in the province of Zamora, of Sanabria, where in Spain we had 25-year-old Portugal forward and Liverpool striker Diogo Jota lost his life in a ghastly car accident alongside his younger brother Andre Silva. It really was a sad case for the man who just got married on June 22nd, and it's now a 10-day-old marriage to the widow, whom they have 3 kids alongside. Talk about Duarte, Dennis, and of course their daughter.
Yeah.
But Maxine, what do you make of this? I mean, looking at the whole of world of football, how in shock we are.
It's a complete shock. I'm a Liverpool fan, so it hurts even deeper. Of course, the death of any footballer it's not something you want to hear of, especially an active footballer. How much more someone who just got married barely 5 days ago? This is someone who had just won the Premier League with Liverpool. He had just won the UEFA Nations League with Portugal. Then a month later got married, and 5 days later tragically killed in a car crash with his younger brother, who was also a footballer. It's sad. It's painful. It just shows that life is short. Whatever you make of life, try and make the best out of it, because you don't know when you'll be called home. So it's a very sad moment for the football world, for Liverpool fans, for the people of Portugal, and for humanity, and may his soul rest in peace.
Really is a sad period right now. I mean, the Portuguese Football Federation came out to give us a message, and also Liverpool Football Club has also given a message. But then, looking at the situation right now, the wife, the children, what state does this sad incident does make for them?
It's so painful because his children are still kids.
Yeah.
We said the first child is
was
just,
in 2021 was spotted.
I mean, just 3 years old. I mean, it's so sad. Like, they will never really grow up to know their dad. For the wife, I mean, you've had children for this wonderful man, and you both just decided, okay, let's now formalize our relationship as husband and wife. And within a week, you are a widow. It's tragic. It's very painful, and it
could be traumatic too, you know.
Extremely, because so many things will be going through her mind, like how, why, you know, and how did they die? They were on. Diogo was driving with his brother with his Lamborghini. The tire burst. The car flipped and burst into flames and was burnt to ashes. The only way they could even identify the car was the plate number. So to tell you that it was a painful, excruciating death for that Portuguese legend. And I just want to say to the family, take heart. God will give you the fortitude to bear the loss. And for the football world, it's a time to come together and show love for one of a great minds that has just left us in the most tragic manner.
Jota is 28 years old. He's going to be so missed. His family is going to be a very, very shocking exit for the man who is known as a very, very prolific forward. But of course, we love him, but he returned home, and may the family find comfort even in their loss.
Amen.
Well, from there, we'll move straight away to Morocco, to Rabat in Morocco, where we are having the Super Falcons of Nigeria contend in the 15th Women's Africa Cup of Nations. It's going to be one of the biggest you have ever seen. It's going to be hosted in North Africa, where we've seen North African teams coming to women football. But recently, teams like Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia have been quite fantastic. But the Super Falcons of Nigeria have won it 11 times
11.
to make it massive.
Out of 15.
Out of 15. Out of 14, right?
Out of
Because
14.
they could still get this and make it 12. What a dozen. Perhaps we are headed for that one. But the Super Falcons of Nigeria getting into the WAFCON 2024, which is the 15th edition, were able to finalize their group games, defeating Cameroon in Abeokuta, Ogun State, by 2-0 before playing a goalless draw against Portugal and then finalizing over the Black Queens of Ghana. Talk about
The jollof rice.
the jollof rice derby. But again, there were two derbies in the friendly.
Exactly.
The banana plantain derby against Cameroon, and then the jollof rice. Not the one that has 1K.
No.
Not the one that has 1K.
At all.
It has to be the original Niger jollof, and eventually.
The original always try it. Let's not even go there.
And originally the Niger jollof made it 3-1 over Ghana. But again, Mazino, let's look at all of the forays. Let's look at all of the relevances. Let's look at all of the realities. Let's check it out and see where the Falcons do stand. What chance do they stand? I mean, a couple of coaches have been saying that they are the favorite. South Africa coming through in Group C. They didn't come with Gatlana. They are a player of the year for the past tournament that helped them to win. But then Nigeria is coming well boosted with Rasheedat Ajibade, the captain of the team, to talk about Captain Mommy G.O. as she's
Mommy G.O.
Mommy G.O. as she's
God.
She scored 3 goals in 3 matches. Talk about the brace as well from Cameroon's match.
Yes.
And it was also very good to see Asisat Oshoala come back with that goal from the spot. Let's always look at all of this. What's the reality making for the Falcons at this WAFCON?
You know, the truth is that right now, African female football is at its highest peak. Now, there is competition. You know, gone are the days about 20, 25 years ago where you have the Super Falcons who just
Dominating
zero,
everything,
rock
9-0.
you, you know, 9-0, 10. But
8-0.
right now, a lot of countries have invested in female football. That's one. So, in most African countries like South Africa, Tunisia, Morocco, Senegal, Ghana, you see that they now have competitive teams. And you know, with CAF also bringing the CAF Women's Champions League, that has also elevated the level of competition in the game. Secondly, there is also the influx of foreign-born nationals. I'm talking of countries like Morocco and Algeria. What they've done is that they have brought players from France, from Spain, from the Netherlands, because that's where you have the Moroccan diaspora in Europe, and they've blended them with their own local players. And so now you have Morocco, you have Algeria, you have Tunisia being very competitive. Then, of course, South Africa. Their female league is strong.
Absolutely.
Mamelodi Sundowns, the female,
really.
they are doing exactly what their male counterparts are doing. You have Ghana, that, you know, they are coming back after being in the doldrums for some years. Then there's Zambia. I mean, Zambia too is another very powerful country that has now taken African female football by storm. And of course, with Blessing Banda, that's their striker.
Absolutely.
there have been controversy, but I mean, we know she's a woman, and she has been delivering.
She is a
She has
woman.
been delivering.
You don't have to test it out.
No, but because a few days ago there was still that question: will CAF allow her compete? And they had to say, look, she can compete.
She's a woman.
She's a woman.
That makes it.
Yes. So I mean, with Banda leading the charge from Zambia, then you have the Senegalese packed with their own French nationals of Senegalese descent. It promises to be a bumper package in the desert of Casablanca, in Rabat, in Agadez.
Five cities, of course, with 6 stadia
Absolutely.
to host the 15th Women's Africa Cup of Nations.
Absolutely.
Let's quickly take a look into the Super Falcons team. We have Chamaka Nadoze, of course. We're going to talk about her later on the show. Tochukwu Oluehi, Raphael Onochukwu. In defense, we have Osenachi Ohale, Shukurat Oladipo, Michelle Alozie, Ashley Plumter, Sikaratu Isa, Oluwatosi Dimei, and Miracle Usaini. In midfield, we have Rashidat Ajibade, the captain of the team, Momi G.O. for short. And we have Halimatu Ainde, Deborah Albiodun, Jennifer Echegini, who plays for Paris Saint-Germain, and she's been fantastic this season. Has a very, very bright season. And Tony Payne also for Brighton and Hove Albion has been having a superb season there at the Super League for in England. Christy Uchebi, I mean, you look at how diminutive she is, but there's so much she can do. She can cover the ground. She can spread across like rumor and take over the whole city.
Abiodun is my player. That Abiodun, the way she mops up things, she tidies things up. She's tidy. She's not tall. She's diminutive, but very strong. And I'm happy that she's going to play and feature for the Super Falcons in this tournament, because I know this Nigerian team, they want to win that trophy.
Absolutely,
they want to win it.
Let's also take a look at the forwards. I mean, we have the 6-time Africa Footballer of the Year, Agbabola Asisat Oshala. She is a part of the forward. I've scored from the spot against Ghana, where the Falcons won 3-1. Francisca Odega, old wine. Talk about old wine that do get even tastier and tastier with age.
In fairness, do you think Odega ought to be in that team? Let's be very honest, based on form.
We are going to look at Odega and Gift Monday side by side.
Exactly.
We're going to get there. But we also have a Chiwendu, a Veronica Ihezuo, Ifeoma Numono, of course. She's been in a very good form, and she's a very good inclusion as well.
Yes.
Esther Okoronkwo, Risola Babajide, who's banging goals at will at our club, of course. Folashade Ijalusi, and Chioma Okafor. From there, let's take you straight from where we used to have a period where this time all we talk about is transfer and rumors and gossip and what have you in the market. But right here, right now, we are not only in the market, we are still on the pitch playing for $90 billion, and that is massive. I think we want to look at what the FIFA World Cup brings to the table, and then what the FIFA Club World Cup is now bringing to the table. The extended version that happens every 4 years, with 32 teams involved. This season, I think a lot of criticism have come, but against it,
including me, yes.
Yes, let's look at what we have been able to achieve with the FIFA Club World Cup this year.
Well, I must say the truth. Do I still believe in this FIFA World Club tournament? Like, should it be sustained? My question, the thing is this, the football calendar is becoming clogged up now. Teams are playing almost every month. There is no time to rest. So at the beginning, I was amongst those. I was like, why should we do this? No, we don't need it. Then another criticism I had was the issue of expanding it to 32. I believed sincerely that it should have just remained the continental champions, because at the end of the day, it's likely going to be South America versus Europe. Occasionally, you might have an Asian or African team springing a surprise. But now they've increased it to 32. We've seen that it has brought one kind of different excitement that we've not
had. A
different vibe. You see fans from Argentina, Boca Juniors in Seattle. You see mostly the South American. I must confess, the South American teams and their fans have really given this tournament that glow, that vibe. You understand? Of course, initially there were complaints that the gulf in class would be too obvious. We saw that when Bayern did a number on Auckland City, 10-0. But going further now, we've seen Al Hilal of Saudi Arabia justifying the billions of dollars the Saudis have invested in the league. We've seen two Brazilian teams, Palmeiras and Fluminense, and they're in the quarterfinals. Fantastic, because the Brazilian league too, I must tell you, they've also invested money in the last 6 years, a lot of money. So we are seeing that yes, there is a kind of steady rise outside the normal European sphere. You know, Man U, Liverpool, Juve. We've seen, and of course, Real Madrid making a statement. I mean, so much to talk about.
Now, the moment has come for Zeno to let us know. Who will be your champion of the FIFA Club World Cup?
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid says, and on that note, we'll also put on the comment section right now who will be the champion of the FIFA Club World Cup, the extended that only happens 4 years in interval, and this time $90 billion is up for grabs for cash money. Of course, the Manchester City that bowed out in the round of 16 get to earn $40 million dollars. That tells you how much is sunk into this revamped FIFA Club World Cup. And on this edition, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you hit on our social media platform. Get on right now on the conversation on X. Let's get to see your gram. Do one and tag us, Von Sports Update on Instagram. Don't forget to tick it and talk it right on TikTok. We are equally there, and you get on YouTube, the channel will bring you to the very limelight. Don't forget to get on our website. It is von.gov.ng. That is where you get plugged in, and you will join the entertainment as it comes from the authoritative choice. I'd like to say thank you so very much, Maxine Dixon.
Always
Zeno.
a pleasure.
He is still my host, though.
Don't buy that.
I'd like to say thank you so much for being a part of this exciting edition, the return of the Vol Sports Update. We've had massive fun. Do join us again. We're going to be broadcasting, and we'll keep it up to date to summarize the weekend and give it a spice that comes to take the new week. Thank you for being a part. It has been the man with the golden voice, the voice of Nigeria, grand commentator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Sean Pablo GCFR, signing out. I say God bless. Till next time.